welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. I am the Clumsy Stitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Thank you for coming to spend some more time with me today. If you are returning, thank you very much for coming back. I apologise for missing my update at the end of July. It's been quite busy for us recently. As you know, I had my wedding at the beginning of July, and since then I think we've had 2 more weddings, a 30th birthday, a friend's baby's first birthday, and we had a weekend away as for our birthdays as well, so it has been quite crazy. I was hoping to film one evening, but unfortunately work hasn't really permitted that either, so here we are, a month late, but I promise I have got more than enough to make up for it, or at least I think so anyway. I hope you're all doing well. I know that the world is quite a crazy place at the moment, and so I just hope that you're all staying safe and taking care of yourselves. I also just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody that commented on my last post. I have read them all and I am so grateful for all of your lovely comments. I promise I will get back to you and I will respond in some way. Unfortunately, it's just been quite busy, but I am incredibly grateful to all of you. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure and it's really appreciated. I am going to get straight into things today because I have a lot to show you. Believe it or not, we're going to start with some fully finished objects, which I've never shown before on my channel. I think back in February when I first started this Flosstube, I showed you a load of my old finishes or previous finishes and made a point of saying I have to be told off if I don't finish these this year, because I've never finished anything myself before, and these projects have been outstanding, one of them for over a year, 2 years I think. And so I really wanted to push myself to start finishing things. But I am a bit of a perfectionist. I'm not very good at not being good at things. And so I kept putting it off because maybe, I don't even know. I just was making excuses basically, and I didn't want to do a bad job. So I just thought, you know what, get over yourself. I actually had a chat with, this was about a completely different topic with one of the managers at work, and they said perfection is the enemy of progress, and that kind of resonated with me because how can you possibly get good at something if you don't even start trying? So I collected my old finishes, decided what I was going to do with them all, and started pulling some stuff together. So the first one I'm going to show you, this is the one that was outstanding for the longest time. I started this project on a train on my way home from university, which was 10 years ago, I think. So I think this has probably been finished for about, I don't know, 8 years, and it's just been sat in a Ziploc bag in my cupboard. And finally, I have actually finished it into something. So this is my little Christmas pillow. This is Belle's, which I think is a Dimensions gold kit, but it was from a few years ago, so I don't know if it's still available. And it was just a square pattern. I just bought some red felt from Etsy. Oh, that's a bit of fluff. And just did a little pillow. I just bought some stuffing. I can let you know the stuffing if you want to know. And just did a little invisible seam at the bottom there, which I'm actually quite proud of. I think it does look quite invisible, so I was really quite chuffed with that. But this is our little Christmas pillow, which will go up in only 4 months' time. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with that, and I will definitely do a lot more pillows in the future because I think that looks quite cute. I know the corners are quite rounded and it's got a little like bowing, but I think it just looks like a little squat pillow. So I'm really chuffed with how that turned out. The next is another Christmas item. This is a pattern by Shannon Christine Designs. I cannot remember now what it's called. Oh, called Looks Like Christmas. So I finished this last November, and I've just finished this just on a little flat bit of card. So I bought a red gingham fabric to go with the pillows, with the presents, sorry. And I'm now just looking for a wooden board to put this on with like a little metal wire so I can hang it up just at Christmas time. But I've not found anything I like just yet. So I finished this, I put some interfacing behind the pattern, and then I laced it around some mat board. I did the lacing method. I think I prefer the lacing method than glue, just because I'm really worried about damaging the fabric. But I think the only issue with this is I was trying to adjust as I was going, but because it has the very straight border, it's quite obvious that I didn't get it straight. So I'm not obsessing over it. This is my first finish, and I'm happy with it, and I really love this pattern, and I'm really glad that I will have it ready to hang up at Christmas to go with my bell cushion. So yeah, that was that one. So the next ones I'm going to show you have a little bit more of a story to them. This is where things did not go as well. I finished for my sister a pattern called Wallet Phone Keys, and the colours are grey, green and yellow, and so I thought, oh, I'll get some pale grey fabric and some like pale green bubbles and some black ribbon, and it will hang, it'll go, it's like a flat cardboard just stuck onto the front of it, and it will look really nice. And so I got my fabric and I got the bubbles and I put it all together, and then I put the pattern on it, and I was a bit like, this is not really the vibe I was going for. So I'll show you first of all how I originally finished it. So I first put it on this, which I'm still very pleased with, but I think everything's a bit darker than I was expecting it to be. And so actually, I think this could make quite a good Halloween finish if I ever stitch a Halloween pattern. So I think I'll probably just keep this in my little sewing box for now. And what I did was I got this grey fabric, wrapped it around some mat board, and then I did 2 of them, and then I got the pom-poms and stuck them in the middle. So it felt incredibly improvisational, if I'm honest. There was just so much glue everywhere, but I think it looks okay now. So I've got it the wrong way around actually, so the pom-poms are at the front. And then I just put like a black ribbon on the top to hang it. So you can see where I had the pattern before. And I showed my sister, and I was a bit like, I'm not convinced. And she was like, no thanks. So I redid it. I got some just very pale blue fabric, which I already had in stash. And she said that she wasn't actually that fussed about being able to see any fabric around the outside. So I've just got some yellow ribbon and basically just done it like this instead. So I'm quite pleased with that. The little yellow ribbon goes quite well with it. And it's just basically, it's all just glued on the back, just on one rather than 2 with some fancy pom-poms and stuff. But she just wanted something simple, and I overcomplicated it for myself. So that's that one. And then the last one, again, comes with a story because, and I may swear because I am actually so cross with myself. Basically, there's a running joke in my family that despite having some brain cells, every now and again I just do something so stupid that if I just stopped to think about it, it wouldn't have happened. And so with this, I decided to do a flat fold because I did want to challenge myself with these. I didn't want all of them to be the same. And so I decided to do a flat fold with some cording around the outside, and everything was going really well. And last night I finished off the cording, and to help it dry, I've got a cast iron pot that I've been covering the sewing, been putting the cast iron pot on the top so everything sticks together, and leaving it for like a day, 2 days to make sure the glue is 100% dry. But stupidly, last night, I put a plate on top of the sewing and then the cast iron pot on top of the plate. And so now on my beautifully finished object, there is a big round circle where the plate was. And I'm trying not to be cross with myself because I am pretty furious because it's so stupid. So I sent a picture to my sister and I was like, I'm so sorry. This is what it looks like. I can keep this one and I can do you another pattern and make it a cushion or whatever you want. And I was on the phone with her when she looked at the picture, and I think she laughed for about 2 minutes, and she was just like, you are so stupid. But she still wants it. She says it makes her love it even more because it it's more me, I think, in this way as well. So she's keeping it, and I'm happy with it because she likes it. So this is my Blackwork Inclusive Pride flag by Peppermint Purple. So I really love this pattern. So I don't know if it will show up on the camera, but can you see? Yeah, there you go. That big divot there is where the plate was. So I know it hasn't like ruined it, but my perfectionist over here and got quite cross. So yeah, so it's a little flat fold. I followed Vonna Pfeiffer's tutorial, who's a twisted stitcher on YouTube, and it was really, really fantastic. I'll link it down below because I thought it was really easy to follow. Basically, I've put backing behind the pattern, stuck it on one piece of mount board, and then this side it's 2 bits of mount board, and you basically put the fabric down. I'll link the tutorial because she explains it really well. And then I'm really chuffed with this, so I just got some black cording around the outside as well. And I am really pleased with myself actually, because this did feel quite hard. And so I look forward to doing more of them. I just got some black ribbon because I quite liked the black outline of the flag, and so I wanted to lean into that. But then I really love this fabric, really, really love this fabric, especially with this pattern. I think it goes so well. And so I'm gonna, because I love this pattern as well, I'm gonna do one for myself, and I think make it into a pillow with this backing fabric because I've got some left over. Ooh. So yes, I'm really pleased, except for the big plate dent. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. So they are my fully finished objects. I am actually so pleased with myself because I think I'm pleased just for getting it done, because I've been putting them off for so long and it just feels good to achieve something, if I'm honest. And also because it's all brand new, and I'm just really glad that I've just tried something new, and I'm happy that it's worked for the most part, and I will learn from my mistakes and never put a plate on top of a sewing ever again. So I now just have 2 finishes left to do things with, or 3 actually, but that's a bit of a spoiler. I've got our version of this, which I'm just going to make into a tray to have on our side table by the front door. And then I've got the Hello Dear tree by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, which I won't finish until I've finished all of the other trees, so I can just do them all in one go, because I still haven't decided how I want to finish them, so I don't want to make a decision yet. But that is all my fully finished objects. I am very, very pleased. I'm now going to move on to a finished object, because I have actually finished something as well. This is all thanks to Sal Queens, Joe at Blueshy Stitches, and Emma, who is at Emma X Stitching. They hosted the Hello Pumpkin Stitch Along from 2019 in this year, and if it weren't for them hosting the Stitch Along, there is no way I would have got this finished. So I will show it to you in its entirety. Da, 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 da. I'm so in love with this. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'll zoom in a little bit and show you the highlights of the tree. So we've got that little hedgehog there, who is a nightmare to stitch. There are so many little stitches in there. And then we have the bird and the big leaf. And then Mr. Fox, who is a lot of stitching. And then the owl is where I first started because I just think he's adorable. And then down at the base of the tree, so we've got that. I just love the colours in this. I think they're fantastic. And I love all of the animals and all of the motifs. I just think it is so smart. So I was, in June, I think I was 1 part behind because I hadn't started on the fox, and I think that was June's start. And basically, I was determined to finish this pattern in the month of August, the month it was supposed to finish in per the Stitch Along. And everyone was sharing their photos in the Instagram chats, and I was just like, oh, come on, Sarah, just pull your finger out and get it done. So yes, very grateful to Emma and Joe for hosting that so that I could really push and get a finish on this. Because I think it would have just languished otherwise, if I'm honest. The hashtag for anybody who wants to join in, or anyone who wants to follow the hashtag, is Hello Pumpkin, what time do you cow this? And there have been lots of finishes this month, so it's lots of good pictures going up. So that's my finish. Like I said, I will wait to fully finish that one with all of the other trees. So actually, speaking of them, I may as well just show you progress. So I'm now, moving straight on to works in progress, or WIPs. So I'm going to go straight from one caterpillar cross stitch tree to another. So obviously finished Hello Pumpkin, and I'm also working on the spring and summer trees, Hello Petal and Hello Sunshine. I haven't done any work on Hello Sunshine. So for me, July I was able to get a fair amount of stitching done, but August has been so crazy at work and I just haven't had time. And then we've been busy on weekends, so I doubly haven't had time. So I haven't stitched on Hello Sunshine since the first part was released. So I've got parts 2, 3, and I think 4 has just been released actually. So I've got 3 parts to catch up on that one. However, I have made some progress on Hello Petal because I really wanted to try and keep up Hello Petal and Hello Sunshine almost at the same rate, so that as soon as I finish one, the other one is nearly there, rather than feeling like I have to start from the beginning again, because I feel like I probably would get a bit demotivated if I feel like I have to start from scratch. And so because I'd done all the bottom of Hello Sunshine, I thought I'd go back to Hello Petal and make sure I finished off the sheep at the bottom and the grass. Before I show you my progress, here is a picture of the final pattern. And here is a picture of where I was last time. And then here's where we are now. So you can see I filled in the sheep and the ground. I'm really pleased with I changed a couple of the colours on the sheep. I changed the, let me just fold it up a bit so you can see a bit more clearly. So the face and the legs and the ears were charted tan brown colour, and I've just changed them to DMC Ecru and 646, just because I thought it was a bit more sheepy. And I didn't want the bottom to be too brown, because over here there's also like a nest in brown with a bird on top. So I'm just gonna need to finish that bit, and then the bottom bit's done. So I'm finishing this whole part before I go back to Hello Sunshine. And then what I think I might do is, like, for every motif I finish on Hello Sunshine, I'll do a motif on Hello Petal just to keep it moving along. Because I do love this big daffodil. I think all of the motifs in the trees are really lovely, and so I just wanted to, I just want to make sure I don't lose momentum, essentially. Sorry, I keep losing it, but look down below, there we go. So that's my Hello Petal. The next 2 whips I have to show you, I haven't shown you for a long time. The first one I don't think I've actually showed since my first video where I did a whip parade. It hasn't been in my active whip pile for a while because it's a Christmassy, wintry stitch, and just not really been in the mood for that kind of stitching. But for Christmas in July, I did pull it back out again. This is Winter Wonderland, so I will show you a picture of what it will look like at the end. I'll show you a quick picture of where it was last time. And then this is where it is now. So I am stitching this on a 28 count Cashel linen in the colour taupe with the called for DMC. Although I think it called for B5200, and I'm stitching it just in blanc because it wasn't available when I started. And so progress this month has been this motif here, which did stitch up really quite quickly, I think you can probably tell. And so I did really like bringing this out again, but it just felt weird. It just didn't feel right stitching winter in July. And as soon as I finished that motif, I was just like, ooh, I'm done. So I'll probably bring it out when it actually, probably in November, trying to get it done before the end of the year. Because I do love this pattern. But I don't know if I'll have it up before this Christmas, just because it depends if I feel like I want to stitch on it again, if I'm honest. I'm very much trying to stop scheduling my stitching and just stitching what I want to. I think doing quite a few stitch alongs has made me feel like I'm having to stitch things I don't want to. And so I want to bring it back to actually what I enjoy sewing. So I'm looking forward. So I've got one more motif on this side, and then I've got the big tree in the middle, and then there's like a very stitch dense block on the other side, which I think I might have to do that one next because it's going to take me forever. But that's that one. I really love that one, and I think I'll probably get this professionally framed because it's got the white border all around the outside, and so I want it to look straight in the frame. And I think it will just, I've got a vision, so hopefully it'll all work out. The next one I've got to show you, again, I don't think I've shown you since March or February time. This was my New Year New Start project. This is called Pavan for These Times by Long Dog Samplers. So again, this is what it will look like at the end. And then I think I've got a screenshot from when I last showed you as well. So this is where I am now. So I've just moved along the top and finished off the second band and then moved on to the third one. And then I started the next flower as well, because that top is, again, it's quite dense, quite repetitive. So I wanted to alternate a bit. So I did have a bit of a moment when I got this one back out, because it was my New Year New Start and because of the times, I was like, oh, I really want to finish this one this year. I really, really, really want to get it done. And so I started trying to stitch on it every day, doing 2 threads minimum a day. And then work happened and it became absolutely impossible. So I'm not going to get it finished this year. And it is what it is. It's been a crazy year. So I'm still going to put 2021 on it, I think, because that's the significance it has. But I will decide that when I actually finish it. I am stitching this on a 32 count Spyglass linen. I cannot remember what one it is, sorry. It's an opalescent. I think it's called Flecked Snow. I don't know how well you can see the opalescent in the camera, if I'm honest, because it's white fabric, but it is shiny. And I'm stitching it with DMC 820. I absolutely love this blue. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And I think I did say this before, but I wanted the white and the blue because it reminded me of Delftware plates that my mum's parents used to have. So it makes me think of them, which is nice. So that's my progress on that one. The next project I have to show you is the Cozy Cafe by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is a mystery stitch along. And I got it because I loved the first clue, and then I sat on the fence for 3 months and eventually got it, and now I'm trying to play catch up, but I just haven't had the time to catch up fully. However, I have managed to get the next little cup done, so this is where I am now. So I need to add the words up here to say Earl Grey tea. But I just think it's so sweet. I love this teacup. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, that's that one. So they recently released clue number 6, I think it is, and this is number 2. And I haven't even done all of the border, but I will get it done when I get it done. And I'm excited because this will be the first project I do where I have to bead. So there's like beads in the raspberries. Which I'm going to just do all at the end, I think, so I can get into a bit of a flow with it. But that is where we are with that one. So now I have a couple of new starts to show you as well. The first one I'm going to show you is my wedding sampler, I think I'm just going to call it. Basically, before the wedding, I was looking at any cross-stitch patterns for wedding samplers, and especially one that represented the both of us. And a lot of the ones I saw were quite traditional, and I don't think anybody in the cross-stitch community particularly needs to label themselves, but I don't think I'm a particularly traditional stitcher in that way. I don't do very many like Quakery sampler, like alphabet sampler patterns. And a lot of them were quite heavy on the alphabets. And so instead of going for kind of like one of the more traditional patterns, I found this design available on Unique Door Sign on Etsy and just thought it was perfect. So I will show you a picture of what it will look like when it's finished. So the pattern is of Link and Zelda from the Zelda games by Nintendo. And for a bit of context, the week that we were away when we got engaged, we took the Switch with us and played loads of Breath of the Wild, basically. And it's one of our favourite games. We've played a lot of Zelda growing up, and I just thought the quote was really appropriate as well. And so this is my progress so far. So I've decided to start with the outline, and then I'll do the colouring in. The linen is showing up a lot darker than it is in real life. It's a bit brighter, a bit more turquoisey, like a bit more seawater, but like idyllic seawater colour. Not like British seawater. So I've started with Link. So the fabric is a 32 count Glacier from Chromatic Alchemy. I'll link their store down below because I think their fabrics are absolutely gorgeous. So yes, I haven't made much progress so far. I do need to do a lot. I would like to get this finished this side of this year, obviously, to get it framed and put up with our like wedding photos when we get them sorted as well. But that's my progress so far. I'm really pleased with the pattern. So excited to keep going with that one. The next start I have to show you is my birthday start, because my birthday was mid-July, and decided to just get a new pattern. I've had these favorited on Etsy for a long time. I just think they're really fun. And then I saw on Instagram Resist Stitch was working on one of them that I've got, and just had to get them. So I'll put up pictures of both of them here. These are Welcome to the Shire and Welcome to Mordor, available on Country Magic Stitch on Etsy. I only worked on this on my birthday, so it is quite a meagre start, but because it's block stitching, it does stitch up quite quickly. I'm just stitching it on 18 count white Aida 2/1. And then the little red line is just me making sure my fabric was big enough, because I bought quite a big piece of fabric and wanted to cut it properly. So yeah, I'm excited to get back. I'm excited to get back to that one as well. But we will see what happens. I have obviously a lot to get done. The only other item I've got in haul is one more pattern, which I treated myself to literally yesterday, because again, it's been in my Etsy favourites for a while. Work's been quite stressful recently. Life has been quite busy recently, and just wanted to treat myself. So this is Tequila by Stitch Rovia. I'm a big tequila girl. We did his and hers cocktails at the wedding, and his was a shot of whiskey and mine was a shot of tequila. Just, yeah, can't get enough of the stuff. So I think I really love this pattern, and I've seen it stitched on white and like a off-white linen Aida, but I love the colours so much that I think I might actually try stitching on black Aida. I just think it will make them really pop. So excited to start that one as well and give that a go, but we'll just see when that happens. I don't think I'm going to rush to start it. My current whip list stands at 11, and never having been a multiple whip person before, I'm quite comfortable with 11 at the moment. So that is everything I have to show you today. I feel like we've actually gone through that quite quickly. If you have any questions at all, please just drop them in the comments below. I'll try and link anything I've mentioned as well. Thank you again for coming to spend some time with me and going through all my stitchy stuff with me. I've really enjoyed creating these floss tubes, and I am really grateful that I've got you all coming along with me. I hope that you are all keeping well, and I will hopefully be back to you in a month with more updates. But other than that, I hope you enjoy September. Good luck for all of those going back to school, and speak to you then. Bye.